Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karati vachalam pangulangha ite giring jatkripa tamaham bande Sri Gurung dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Isharam. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for the evening spiritual gathering. So we'll be discussing on the topic practice Krishna consciousness at home. Because people always want to be homely, feeling homely. So those who are having mobile phones, you can keep your mobile phones in a mode which is very peaceful by nature. Means silent mode or flight mode or switched off mode. Okay? Some are from hostels also. That is also your home in the college. Thank you very much for that information. Krishna consciousness is very, very popular words. Two word, Krishna consciousness. People talk about it, but many people don't have clear idea what is Krishna consciousness. Krishna and consciousness. So what is the meaning of Krishna? Krishna means all attractive. It is the principal name of God. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the supreme Lord. Krishna, who spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, who appeared 5,000 years ago in Vrindavan and stayed in this planet for 125 years. That personality is Krishna. And consciousness means what mind is thinking. That is called consciousness. So mind is always thinking. Thinking is the function of mind. And mind plays a very important role, most important role in our lives. Whatever we think, then what happens? Then we start to feel, then we will, then we act. Any action, the root is mind. Because mind desires. The function of mind is very, very important to understand. So whatever we think, that's going to manifest in reality. In this world is known as material world. Have you heard the term material world? This world deals with matter. That's why it is known as material world. This world is by nature temporary. Everything in this world is temporary, including our body. This body took birth from the womb of the mother. Then it grows, then gradually it becomes old, and then it dies. That is the nature of this body, and this is the nature of this world, temporary. Everything is temporary. And whatever is temporary, that gives us miseries. That's why Krishna declares that this world is dukkhalayam, place of dukkha, miseries, anxieties, calamities, catastrophes, problems. So many adjectives can be used to explain this world. But essence is, this world is the world of suffering. Why? Because this world is temporary by nature. That's why we are always in anxiety. Mind is in anxiety. And in the modern era, mind is in too much anxiety. And what is the cause of anxiety? Fear. We have fear. And what is the cause of fear? Change. Change is the cause of fear, and fear gives us anxiety. Fear of what? Fear of losing, and fear of not knowing. So whatever we have fear, we lose it. Who has money is in anxiety to keep that money intact. Those who have positions, they also want to protect their position. They have the fear of losing positions. Those who have beauty, they are very busy maintaining the handsome or beautiful form, right? And ultimately, we have the fear of losing our body, that is known as death. So this is the world, anxiety. Mind is always in anxiety. And anxiety is known as chinta in Sanskrit. Chinta. And when mind is in anxiety, we cannot experience happiness or joy in our lives. That is the problem. We can have all the facilities of enjoyment, you can have all the facilities of joy, but it is not possible to experience that. Why? Mind has a problem. Because mind is in anxiety. So after the exam, some students went for a party. For us, enjoyment means party. Saturday evening, party. And they are in a very good mood, in a nice hotel. They are all together, ready for the enjoyment. So one of the friends of them came and told, exam results came out today. And one boy said, what is my result? He said, you have failed. Then what will happen to his enjoyment? All the facilities are there, but he cannot enjoy. Why? So enjoyment is nothing external. Enjoyment is the internal state of our consciousness. Mind has to be managed properly. That is the purpose of human form of life. Anxiety, then at the end of our body, what will happen? We'll go to the fire. Funeral pyre. Chinta to chita. Then, what is the next? That we'll explain later on. So, while we are alive, we have anxiety. And when we are dead, we are in funeral pyre. Chinta and chita. And both these have common service. What they do? They burn. Chita burns the dead body and chinta burns the living body. Chita burns the dead body for how many times? Hopefully once. And chita burns dead body once and chinta burns the living body how many times? Constantly. That is our journey. So which one is better, Chitta or Chinta? People say Chitta is better once. They think entering into the fire after death is the end of our journey. But that is not the truth. Jatasya hi dhruvang mittur, dhruvang janma mritasya cha. Those who have taken birth, they are going to die. And those who are dead, they are going to take birth. And this has been going on since time immemorial. So in Bengal, there is a saying, where we can find happiness and where we can find peace. They say we can find happiness in the dreams and we can find peace in the crematorium. So they feel when we die, we'll be very peaceful. But they don't know after death, again we have to take birth. So dying is not the solution. Funeral pyre is not the solution. Chitta is not the end of our journey. How we can end our journey in this world? That is the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. And that is called Krishna consciousness. So when we can be free from this anxiety, and how we can be free from this chinta and chitta? When we are Krishna conscious. When mind is thinking of Krishna. When mind is in the process of thinking Krishna, all the anxieties what we have in our mind will disappear. And when anxieties will disappear, we will experience joy, happiness, bliss, which we all are hankering for. That's why Krishna consciousness is very, very important. Why? Because we all want to be happy. Right? You all want to be happy or not? How many of you want to be happy? Please raise your hand. Very good. You are happy about that? That you all want to be happy? Very good. Nowadays people are so much influenced by sadness, they think there is no hope of happiness in this life. Hopeless. People are becoming hopeless because life is so difficult. Life is so complicated. Life is so competitive. Life is so cruel. Life is so ruthless. Life is so heartless. That's why we are not finding happiness, even achieving so many things. We can have the top degrees from the universities, top universities of the world. You can be at the peak of your success in terms of position and earning money. Still, no happiness. Why? We are thinking happiness comes from external situations. External situation will not give us happiness. External situation always will give us anxiety. That's why you have to manage the mind properly. And that is the subject matter today. So when mind is thinking about Krishna, Krishna recommends that also in Bhagavad Gita, because Arjuna was in anxiety. Why he was in anxiety? Because he was not clear what to do in life. He did not know. He gave a lot of arguments, but after that he became confused whether to fight or not to fight. And who cleared his confusion? Krishna. And what was the medium to clear that confusion? Message of Bhagavad Gita. So you should not think Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago. Now we are in the modern era. Bhagavad Gita is not relevant. But Bhagavad Gita is eternal. Because anxiety is the eternal problem. Right? Mind is there, so anxiety will be there. So in order to be free from anxiety, what we need? We need Krishna consciousness. And where from we get Krishna consciousness? From Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is relevant in every age. Right? Are you accepting this? Clear to you? Okay. So Krishna consciousness is important or not? So how many of you accept Krishna consciousness is important in our lives? Very good. So how to become Krishna conscious? In order to become a good singer, what do you have to do? Practice what practice? Practice singing. If you want to become a good dancer, what do you have to do? Practice dancing. If you want to become a good student, practice studies. Right? So if you want to become Krishna conscious, what do you have to do? Practice Krishna consciousness. So, subject is relevant or not? So you have to practice Krishna consciousness. Why? Because we have to be Krishna conscious. Why you have to be Krishna conscious? Because we don't want anxiety. We want anxiety-free life. We want to experience joy and happiness in life. That's why you have to practice Krishna consciousness. So when we practice certain things, just like singing, dancing, studies, what we need to practice? First, what do you need? Teacher. Very good. Second, books, knowledge. Number three, institution. Three things are needed, right? We need teacher, we need books, and we need institution. So ISKCON is a spiritual institution. And our book is Bhagavad Gita. And who is the teacher? There are many teachers. The primary teacher of ISKCON is His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So you have to practice. Practice means repetition. Repetition of the activities. Repetition is very, very important. So when we practice, we become perfect. Practice leads to perfection. If we want to become successful in our life, in any field, what we have to do? Practice. So three words are very important, very, very key to our success. What are the three words? Practice, practice, and practice. There is no alternative to practice. It's not that one day in the morning we get up and we are feeling we are Krishna conscious. We cannot become. One day we get up in the morning, oh, I become the most talented dancer in the world. It doesn't happen like that. It happens through practice. So in order to become Krishna conscious, we have to also practice Krishna consciousness. So practice is a process, right? The process of spirituality, process of Krishna consciousness is different in different yugas. There are 4 yugas. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Do you accept that? Do you know that? Just like there are 6 seasons rotating, in the same way, time cycle is also rotating. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. In Satya Yuga, the process was meditation, Ashtanga Yoga. In Treta Yuga, the process was Yajna, fire sacrifice. In Dwapar Yuga, the process was worshipping the deity form of the Lord in the temple. In Kali Yuga, process is Harinam Sankirtan. What is Harinam Sankirtan? Harinam means holy name of the Lord. Hari is another name of Lord. Nam means name. Harinam means holy name of the Lord. And what is the holy name recommended in the Shastra? Because Lord has many names. So recommended names in Kali Yuga is also there. And what is the recommended name? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the recommended process. Sankirtan, very interesting word. Japa means chanting. Chanting means we can hear only, we can hear ourselves. That is called chanting. Sound should not be so loud. Kirtan means loud. And Sankirtan means not alone, with many other people together, many other devotees together. It's called congregational chanting of the holy name. We have to be together. Congregate means we have to be together, not alone. So in this age of Kali, the process is Harinam Sankirtan. So practice of Krishna consciousness in other yugas was possible only if you leave home. That's the process. Actually, in order to become a student also, you cannot stay at home. One of the qualities of a student is grihatyagi. In Vedic system, students used to go to the school which was known as Gurukula. Gurukula means school and run by a teacher, Guru. That is called Gurukula. And they cannot study staying at home. They have to go to the, in our modern terms, hostel. Vedic hostels are known as Gurukula. So why? Because in home we are very comfortable. Because we are demanding children and we have affectionate parents. Whatever we demand, they give. Nowadays, only one child, more demand, and that leads us to selfish lifestyle. We don't know how to share things because we are the only child. But in Vedic system, only one child is not the practice. Multiple children. Joint family, not only father, mother. There is to be many other members of the family. Joint family makes you broad-minded. Joint family makes you what? Makes you selfless. But in modern days, we don't like joint family. Joint family has been broken into small family. Then nowadays, no family. If there is no mother at home, that cannot be a family. And nowadays, the position of mother is not so much appreciated. But the most important personality in the family life is mother. If there is mother, mother keeps the family together, not the father. If you have a nice mother, affectionate mother, caring mother, that keeps the whole family united. She is the center of the family life. So, comfortable life is unfavorable for learning. That's why student life is not so conducive if you are at home. That is also proved in the modern days, right? Generally, if you go for higher studies, complicated studies, you don't stay at home. You go to other place, right? Because staying at home is not, we are not telling that you cannot, but if you stay out of the home situation, then focus will be more. Comfortable life takes away our focus. But when you are in a difficult situation, then focus will be there. life of the person in army. Why they are so focused? Because they are not in comfortable situation. Comfortable situation is not glorious life. Life of sacrifice is glorious. Why all the characters in Ramayana are glorious? Because they all sacrificed their comfortable situation. Ram sacrificed his kingdom. Sita Devi sacrificed her kingdom. That's why they are glorious. Ram became glorious, more glorious, because he went to the forest. And most of the Ramayana talks about his life in the forest, not in the palace. His ruling of the world is explained in a very limited way. But his journey in the forest has been explained by Valmiki Muni in details. Why? Because that type of situation is very, very conducive for learning, and that type of life is very conducive for focus, and that makes a person glorious. So in other yugas, if you want to practice spirituality, the process is you have to leave the home and go to the forest. That is recommended. After doing your family duties, at the age of 50, it is recommended to give up your family activities and go to the forest. The kings, the leaders of the society, those who are other members of the society, after completing their duties, they used to go to the forest for their spiritual journey. But in Kali Yuga, that is not mandatory. That is the advantage of this age of Kali. In this age, we can practice spirituality being at home also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Have you heard the name Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? You should at least hear the name. In Satya Yuga, who appeared? Nrsimhadev. In Treta Yuga, who appeared? Lord Ramchandra. In the Upper Yuga, who appeared? Krishna. In Kali Yuga, who appeared? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nrsimhadev appeared where? In South India. Lord Ramchandra appeared in North India. Lord Krishna appeared in North India. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in East India, West Bengal. In Bengal. A place famous, you have heard the name, famous name? Mayapur Dham. It is located in West Bengal. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. When? Almost 540 years ago. He appeared and established this Yuga Dharma, Harinam Sankirtan. And he said, Grihe thako, bone thako, sada hori bole dako. Where you stay, that's not so important. You can stay wherever you are. You can be in the hostel, you can be at home, you can be in your workplace, you can be in any other place, you can be in the temple, you can be in the ashram. But what you have to do? You have to chant the holy name of the Lord. That is the essence. So we can practice Krishna consciousness at home. And that is the subject matter today. Because many of you stay at home. Right? So when you practice, there will be challenges. Without challenges, you cannot achieve anything. Life is not a bed of roses. People dream, oh, I'll become like this, I'll become like that, I'll be the richest person in the world, I'll be the CEO of the biggest company of the world, I'll become the greatest athlete, I'll become this, I'll be the one of the most prominent singer. We may have a lot of dreams, but dreams will remain only dreams if you don't practice. And while you practice, there will be challenges. You have seen hurdle race? jump, then run, jump, then run, run. That is the life. On the road also, red lights. You cannot have only green light. That is not possible. There will be always obstacles, challenges. That is the integral part of any journey. In the same way, when we practice Krishna consciousness at home, there will be challenges. So we'll try to address some of the challenges what the students they face during their practice at home. It's not an absolute list, some common list. First problem or first challenge is, students they say, parents are not favorable or relatives are not favorable. Elder brother is not favorable. If they are married, wife is not favorable. And wife says husband is not favorable. Always there is some problem from some members of the family or greater family. You have to know, in this world, many people, most of the people are very expert in discouraging. That is normal. You will get very less people in this world who will encourage you. You should know that. Well-wishing friends are very, very less. So-called friends are not the friends. That's why it is said in English, a friend in need. Who is a friend in need? Who is a friend in deed. You will understand who is your friend when you are in difficult situations. Otherwise, you will not understand who is your friend, who is your enemy. And also so-called friend and enemy is also temporary. Today's enemy is your friend tomorrow, and today's so-called friend is also will become your enemy tomorrow. So don't become judgmental. Who is your friend, who is your enemy? Because life is very difficult, and to understand who is friend and enemy is also very difficult. So problems will be there. Challenges will be there. Right? In any journey. So first problem will be, we discussed, unfavorable members. Have you heard Prahlad Maharaj? Huh? Have you heard about Prahlad Maharaj? Prahlad Maharaj was a 5-year-old boy studying in Gurukula. And who was his father? Hiranyakashipu. You know that, very famous nowadays. So Hiranyakashipu. Who was Hiranyakashipu? He was the king of the whole universe. And he was a great devotee of the Lord. He was the greatest enemy of Lord Vishnu. The whole purpose of his life was to kill Vishnu. Why he was so envious? Because his brother Hiranyaksha was killed by Vishnu. Who is Vishnu? Varahadev. And because of that anger, the life's mission of Hiranyakashipu was to kill that Vishnu, who was the killer of his brother. But Prahlad became a devotee of Vishnu. What a contrast. The greatest demon versus the greatest devotee. What problem Prahlad went through? And what was the crime he committed? He became a devotee of Vishnu. That was the crime. And what was the punishment? Death sentence. Hiranyakashipu told that Prahlad should be killed. How many of you have that kind of challenge? Hopefully not. Prahlad was complaining or disturbed because he was properly trained by Narad Muni. So there will be always challenges. We should not be discouraged by the discouraging words. What to talk about human society? I can tell you a story. In the frog society, frog, you know frog? So two frogs fell into the well, dry well. And when they fell, all other members of the frog community came to see the fun. People love to see the fun. When you have good time, nobody will come to see you. If you have difficulties, people will celebrate that. And they see what a fun, right? So they came to see the fun of these two frogs. And these two frogs were trying to come out of the well. Come out of the well. Come out of the difficulties. And they are discouraging. Oh, you cannot come out. They are all discouraging. So one frog gave up. Because words are very powerful. Other frog still was coming up, up, and came out. Very interesting. So other frogs, they asked that we are talking all negative, discouraging you. How could you come out? Then that frog said, I have hearing problem. I thought you were encouraging me. That's why I was coming up. But that other frog did not have hearing problem. That's why he gave up. But this frog did not give up because he could not hear. So what we have to do? What lesson we should learn? We should not hear the words of discouragement. Stay away from the discouraging words. That is the solution. Always stay with those who are encouraging you in your lives. There will be always people who will discourage you. So discouraging words should not discourage us, provided we have fixed goal in life. We have to become Krishna conscious. Okay? That is the first challenge or difficulty, to practice Krishna consciousness at home. Many times we create our own difficulties. What is the symptom of Krishna consciousness? At the beginning we become very enthusiastic, super enthusiastic. We think in one day we will become pure devotees. Aaj hua bharti, kal ban gaya chakravarti. Very enthusiastic, very enthusiastic. Chanting of the holy name, the way they chant as if today only, after finishing 16 rounds, they will become pure devotees. Very enthusiastic. That is the nature of this world. Anything new is very enthusiastic. Those who are fond of movies, new movie comes out, they're mad to see those movies. Right or not? Those who are attracted by the songs, if any new release of the songs, they will be mad spending time to hear those songs. Anything new is very encouraging. So when we become Krishna conscious, that is very new, we become very, very enthusiastic. And we think we have become pure devotees and everybody else is in Maya. Right? And with that mood, we enter into our home and start thinking all the members of the family are in Maya. And out of compassion, you start giving the knowledge of Krishna consciousness in a very, very strong and very enthusiastic way. And that is the very nice way to fry people. Right? Don't make a mistake by giving Dibba Gyan to your parents or to your seniors. It is said, a prophet is not respected in his own village. Okay? In the same way, you cannot be respected in your own family because they know who you are and who you were. Now you may say, oh, I have become a devotee now, I am Krishna conscious, I am this, I am that. But they will always remember what you were. Right? So don't make that mistake and become enthusiastic to bombard your family members with Krishna consciousness. So you have to be very, very mature. First, we have to learn to practice. Preaching happens later. Before preaching, we should practice. And we think by speaking, we can preach Krishna consciousness. But it is said, actions speak louder than the voice. Instead of talking, we should become the example. Even good examples can attract envious people. When you are humble, then people will love you. The Goswamis, the 6 Goswamis in Vrindavan during Mahaprabhu's time, everybody used to love them. Why? Not because they used to give the bhajan to everyone. No. Because they are so wonderful personalities. So we should become good examples. And how we can establish good examples? By good behavior. And what is the best behavior? Be respectful. Be very, very respectful to your parents. Because parents are your superiors and we have come into this world by their grace only. Right? There is higher grace of the Lord also. But primarily or immediately, we are grateful to the parents. They have given birth. They have brought us up. They are helping us to study. So they are helping us in every respect. So we should be very, very grateful. Those who are grateful, they become respectful. So you have to be respectful to the parents. And try to preach Krishna consciousness not by words, but by actions. Okay? Another problem can be, challenge can be, situation may not be favorable. Means others are not practicing Krishna consciousness. Maybe you have a small room, small house. Other members are not familiar with Krishna consciousness, may not be also favorable to Krishna consciousness. Then people feel difficulties to practice Krishna consciousness. So, how to address that? How to address that problem? There is a solution to every problem, but that solution cannot be available immediately. So when certain things are not unchangeable, certain things are not changeable, certain things are unchangeable, then what you have to do? You have to tolerate that. Tolerate. It is said, in order to be happy in this world, you have to follow the principle of car, C-A-R. If you enter into this car, you will be always happy. What is the meaning of car? C means change the changeable. A means accept the unchangeable. And R means rise above the unchangeable. This is the way of life. Certain things are unchangeable. We have to accept it and practice accordingly. We should not think everything will be perfect, then I'll do. When Srila Prabhupada went to preach Krishna consciousness in the Western country, he did not have anything. Everything was unfavorable. He only had 40 Indian rupees. No connection in America, no friends in America, no facility. But he was very, very enthusiastic. Why? Because he accepted the situation as it is, as the grace of the Lord. So when we are sincere, and when we are in a position which cannot be changed, then we have to depend on the Lord and accept that situation and continue. It's called best use out of the bad bargain. Situation may not be very favorable all the time, but if you are very, very fixed, firm, then Krishna will bring change in those situations, which cannot be done by you. So in that situation, we should tolerate and depend on Krishna's mercy. Another problem is that we become irregular at home in practice. When we are with the devotees, very enthusiastic, getting up in the morning, chanting of the holy name, hearing Shastra, we become very, very enthusiastic to do all these activities. But while we are at home, gradually, we become loose. Right or wrong? That's why we should have a regular Sangha. Not only once in a week, you should come regularly, according to your practical situation. So regular Sangha is very, very important. Just like we charge our mobile phone every day. In the same way, our spiritual battery should be charged every day. And how we can charge battery? Spiritual battery? In Sadhu Sangha. And it is very, very active. Tower is very strong. Where? Connection is very strong. Where? When you are next to the tower. ISKCON temples are like the spiritual towers. So when you stay next to the temple, come to the temple, then you are very close to the spiritual tower. And when you are close to the spiritual tower, what will happen? Connection will be very strong. So in order to be strongly connected with Krishna consciousness, we have to have regular Sangha and should be very close to the devotees of the Lord. So, any other challenge? You think you can tell? Any other challenge? I told few challenges. You can tell? Or I covered all the items or what? Yes. Yeah.
Even though they know us, but still when they are going, they will forget that they will do and they will come back. So how we can remember that these things and that will happen, how we can handle it?
That's why you have to be trained first. Who can preach Krishna consciousness? Who can become teacher? Unless you are a good student, how you can become a teacher? Which becomes first, student or teacher? Which comes first, preacher or training, practice? Practice. But in spiritual life, we think, I can do, because I know everything. Because I know Krishna is God, I know chanting of the holy name is the process, why not preach? That's not enough. We have to practice it properly. So when we become mature in Krishna consciousness, then what will happen? You will be qualified. You will be also successful in preaching Krishna consciousness. And generally it is recommended family members should be preached by somebody else. That's better option. Some other senior devotees, they can take care of the family members and you can take care of other family members, not your own family members. Okay, you can have a deal like that. So in that way, what will happen? We can practice Krishna consciousness by dealing with the challenges at home. Time is up. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Do you have any question? Comments? Now you can switch off the recording so that we can discuss more frankly.